Today I'm going to teach you how to make homemade cheesy breadsticks. Okay, so I'm also going to make another batch of this recipe and I'm going to turn it into a pizza because I don't see why it wouldn't work as a pizza crust. But I'm really excited because I finally found Emo's Pizza sauce. I have found Emo's Pizza Romano with oregano special herb blend. And on top of it, I've also found Emo's Pizza cheese. So therefore, I feel like I'm pretty close to creating my own Emo's Pizza at home. And I'm really excited. If I can make Emo's Pizza at home, I'd be unstoppable. Okay, we're gonna start off with 1 1/8 teaspoon of active dry yeast. I use the kind in the jar. I don't know if you could use a packet. Maybe you could use a packet, I don't know. I've never made it with a packet, so I don't know. But anyway, I'll start with that, and I'm just gonna do 1/2 of a 4th because math. And then you're gonna add 1 teaspoon of sugar. Okay, then you're gonna add 1/2 cup of warm water. Make sure it's warm, but make sure it's not too hot because you don't wanna hurt the yeast. Add a little mix. And you're gonna let this set for 5 minutes so it can get the yeast going. Okay, now your yeast should look like this after 5 minutes. Then you're gonna add 1/4 cup of warm water, 1 1/2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, then you need 1/2 teaspoon of white vinegar. Give that a mix. Okay, next you're gonna add 1 1/2 cup of flour. And I need a butter knife. Mrs. Conley would be very upset with me for using a butter knife, but I'm pretty sure that Mrs. Conley is no longer on this earthly plane with us. Anyway, you're gonna add 1 1/2 cups of flour. Mrs. Conley was my FACS teacher, and she was very particular about how you measured flour. And I never followed her rules outside of class for the flour. I do follow a lot of the things that she taught me, though. She was an excellent teacher. Okay, so my recipe actually calls for 2 cups of flour. I started with 1 1/2. I am gonna go ahead and add this other 1/2 cup of flour. And I'll start with that. Next, you're gonna roll this out onto a floured surface, and you're gonna knead for 6 minutes. I'm just gonna cover this with a dish towel and let it set in a warm place for 1 hour so it can rise. Just preheat your oven to 500, but go ahead and put your cookie sheet in there so it gets warmed up. It's part of the instructions. I don't know. That's just how I've always done it. Okay, next we're gonna prepare a butter mixture. I did 2 tablespoons of melted butter, and then I'm gonna add about this much of garlic, and then I'm gonna add some pepper and some Italian seasoning. Okay, here we are an hour later. This is what the dough looks like. Okay, be really careful because your pan's gonna be really, really hot. I did spray my pan just a little bit, just in case. Next, you're gonna add your butter mixture and just spread it all over. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of this Emo's Pizza herb blend. Add 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. About 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. Okay, I lied. I'm gonna do like another cup of mozzarella cheese. If I go to all the work to making homemade cheesy breadsticks, I want them to be cheesy. Hot, 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 hot. Oh my gosh, ow. Okay. They're done. But that's how they turned out. I think my Emo's pizza is gonna turn out really good.